I guess first I kind of wanted to ask about that. I know we've heard about in the bye weeks doing like the kind of young on young stuff. What kind of energy do you see from the guys?
Well, it's our third one now throughout the season. We like to do it home games and obviously bye weeks. We let this one run out to about 30 to 35 plays today, but energy was high. You can probably hear it in the background. I mean, what I love is a lot of our veteran guys. They stay, they enjoy it, they remember those moments, and they talk to the freshmen. And but a lot of good play. Rashad McKenzie's really coming along. I think the Roten twins give us a good future at offensive line. Jacobus Seth has done a good job, so some young pieces there that we're excited about working with. And, Emmett Brown managed a good touchdown drive as we kind of went through, and Cole Pruitt made some great big plays today. And there was some big hitting in the secondary. So Bryce Graves and Tony Carter, I just like the young guys' mentality. They came out here and really competed as I felt the old guys did throughout practice.
How much of an emphasis was, or I know, like rejuvenating the team, right? Getting energy back for the bye week, and how much of an emphasis, and have you seen them respond in that?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting week because the bye week term, and we don't ever take a day off, but getting some rest, but also playing on the short week, right? So it's really like one of those extra prep games that we're having. But Tuesday, the older guys didn't do much. Limited their contact, but I thought they had good energy to it, and I thought the last 2 days have been very spirited practices. I think this team is focused. They want to get better. We still got a lot to play for. We want to extend our season, and that's something that we're out here preparing for each and every day.
As far as like technical aspects of the game, or the kind of the X's and O's side, what were some things that you prioritized wanting to clean up during the week and just get in the office and really hammer down on?
Well, I just think the biggest thing coming out of Oregon State, you bring a new team to the game every week, okay? And Coach Bull told me that a long time ago. And I didn't like our energy that Saturday, and I didn't like how we, the details of how we prepared them as coaches, So I think we took a hard look at a lot of self-scout, where we need to improve, how our protection needs to get better. I thought we were loose last Saturday on defense with some alignments and finishes. Those are things that we can control as coaches. I'm not going to sit here and put all that on the players. I'm not. And there's things that those guys can do better, and we'll address those issues. But at the end of the day, my number one job is to get the team prepared. And that's exactly what we're doing over these next 10 days. Now we're in a 55-hour period where they're off, right? We don't do anything till light practice till Saturday afternoon. Get away from the building a little bit, rest, catch up on some schoolwork, make great team decisions. That's kind of the moment we're in right now.
And for coaches and for you individually, what's kind of your schedule look like? How often are you on the road? Are you doing a lot of recruiting?
Yeah, the bye week, I tell my wife, it sounds good, but it's more hectic than ever, right? So, I've been grinding through the Utah prep. I've been grinding through a lot of self-scout stuff, and then, I hit the road this afternoon to the west side to see a couple games that I'm really, really excited about. Hopefully the smoke clears by the time I get over there. And then we got coaches really all over the country seeing a lot of our verbal commitments, as well as seeing some prospects that we need to do to close out this class.
I heard I gotta check in. Is Cannon Katzer around with the team
right now? Katzer's away from the team, and we'll kind of see where it goes from there.
So potential to return, maybe not,
but potentially, I don't think he's going to return to the team.
Last week, I got asked, was he with you in Corvallis?
He was there in Corvallis, yeah.
Was it a thing, like, did Dylan Payne throughout last week, did he kind of work his way up the chart and kind of surpass those guys for those reps last week?
It isn't what one person does over another, and some of those things are internal, and we'll keep them internal, and D. Payne was ready to play, and, I thought he did a good job. We had trouble with issues with protection, and Oregon State did a good job of showing us some new stuff and overloading us, and Jalen's a freshman. Some of those things are hard, and I think there's a lot of learns from that. But I don't put that on Jalen. I put that on us as coaches. We got to prepare them better. But at the end of the day, D. Payne, towards the end, knew when we had to pass, gave us the best opportunity at the end of the game to make sure we were clear in protection.
Do you have maybe an update on Falili? How's he looking?
Yeah, I think Lely's just ankle, just precautionary. We kept him out here the first 3 days, but I fully anticipate him returning to Saturday and getting that offensive line shirt up.
You talked about protection. I know it's, never on one guy, right, or never on one group. There's probably a lot of different things that go into it. But when you watch film and just kind of the sack totals and the run game production, what are you maybe seeing that's?
Well, I think there's two things, Colton. I think there's protection and getting beat, okay, which will happen, and we got to coach better technique and understanding. We got to execute better, and there's misassignments in protection, okay? And there's been too many of those. And those are the things, as coaches and myself, we pride ourselves on the details. So to have some lapses in that areas are things that we're really working on this week to make sure we're really shored up. And like I said, credit to Oregon State, but we got to be better. And some of it's one-on-one matchups, and some of it this league, they have some really good pass rushers, but we have to be able to get through multiple progressions in the pass game without getting our eyes down and scrambling and doing a variety of different things. So part of it is being a little bit more multiple on third down, emphasizing our screen game, run when we need to. And I think the run game has been highs and lows, and it hasn't been consistency. And I think that's the story with where we're at right now offensively. We got to be more consistent, and it starts with me.
And I saw the NIL town hall thing, and I just kind of wanted to get your quick thoughts on there. What's your kind of overall philosophy on NIL and kind of where Washington State stands in this
If
whole
you
thing?
watched it, right? I just think the biggest thing is the game is changing. NIL has been a positive thing for student athletes, and we encourage it, and we're excited about the future of it. The biggest message is to Cougs everywhere and Cougs supporters is it's time to engage. Let's not be reactionary, okay? When we lose a player because someone else gave them money, then we want to react. Let's engage now. Let's accept the moment we're in, and let's evolve with the current landscape. And I think that's the message that I think all the coaches have. And football's at the center of it, right? I mean, the amounts of money. I think there's a couple quarterbacks in our league making more than I am, and I accept that. But at the end of the day, it's something that we need to evolve with and do it our way. And Cougs have always responded, and we're asking Cougs to respond more than ever now. And I think that's what was part of that deal in the coaches panel. And yes, it can be big, but yes, it can also be small and local businesses and doing a lot of different things with our guys who I think are tremendous representatives of Washington State. Really proud of who they are, and I think they'd be proud to represent any business out there that's possible. And I want our guys to know that I'm going to fight for them. And I can only control what I can control. I can't make deals. I can't go out there and solicit things. But at the end of the day, I want to know that I'm doing everything I can to put the word out there and, more importantly, educate, Colton, what people can do. Because it's such an oddity that people don't even know how they can get involved. And I think, the collective has done a great job working with our guys, and I think that's a positive thing.
Last thing for you, actually, I wanted to ask any young guys that are getting reps right now, who you think has made the most progress from week one to now in terms, Jaden Hicks, I see him landing on the midseason All-America team, and guys like that, maybe you've seen them settle in the most.
Yeah, and Jaden, that's well-deserved, and there's a lot of hard work behind that. And when you're behind the scenes, you see playing him at multiple positions, how hard it is and how much work he puts into doing those things. That's not easy as a freshman. I think one of the biggest guys I've been just so proud of is Quinn Roth. I think Quinn, he's probably been 20, he's not a young guy, but 25 to 30 reps of just playing tough and hard and physical and very, very productive in those times. Leighton Smithson, we keep wanting to invest in Leighton, and I think he's going to keep getting better and better. It's his first year playing wide receiver, but I think you saw some things that he's capable of. Obviously Jalen and what he's doing on offense. And, it was really important for us to get Grant Stevens back. I think he keeps getting better and better, as we keep going through it. And Andre Dollar, the more he plays, I think the better he can be. It's just now the strength aspect of it, of being 260 and moving and being strong and physical. And they get a good glimpse now of what it takes to play in this league. And I think that's an important piece of a lot of our young guys are finding out, okay, hey, we taught, Coach Bradshaw and this work, hey, this is why we do it. So I think they're starting to equate where we need to get to as well in the offseason.